Guatemala, Spring 2022 by Jack, Ellie, and Ariana. 8 days, 5 clinics, 1 pod, a lifetime of memories. Throughout the week, despite being in a completely new environment, we've run into things that just felt familiar. Upon driving through the city, we would pass fast food, Nike and Patagonia stores, and even a couple Valvoline oil shops. But despite these familiar names, it was different from the stores in the United States. The buildings are more colorful and the streets are a lot more close together.
Yes, there is still fast food, but it is not Ariana friendly. As you can see from these fountains, Mayan architecture is still very prominent in the area.
Inside this photo, you're actually going to see that there's lots of arches, yet lots of colors. This is a blend of both Western and Mayan culture. Mayan influence on religion. Inside this photo, in the cross, you'll actually see elements of the Mayan culture. One in the crown that Jesus Christ is wearing, and also inside the flower change. This is actually part of the original Mayan culture that they incorporated into it to try and get more people attracted to it.
In the background of this video, you'll hear the songs from the church service. It was cool to hear how jovial the sounds were compared to the normal sounds of a church. It was a very enriching experience for everyone, and we really enjoyed it.
Mayan influence on jade. The jade industry in Guatemala is relatively new. The Spanish wiped out the entire industry during their conquest. For a couple hundred years, there was no jade thought to be in Guatemala. It took some crazy Texan woman being in National Geographic for the government to recognize there is jade in Guatemala. Because of this, all jade pieces there are replicas of museum pieces. In this photo, you'll see some of the pieces we got at the jade factory. They are all very lovely pieces.
During a very endearing moment, a lot of us crowded around our Quechua translators and asked them, "Cómo se dice quest?" So some of the words we learned was chocolate, which means high five, puño, which means fist bump, trenza, which means braid, and peli, which is their traditional garb. It was a lot of fun learning all these words and putting them to use. The clinic was a surreal experience. You get this feeling that surges through your body, and at that moment, you know this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. One of the most influential patient interactions we had was our first patient, Maria. We started the clinic early for her since she had to go home and cook for her family and get back soon. She spoke in Quechua, so we had both translators, and so it was awesome having our first experience to be that. We talked a little bit with her, and we found out that she was a midwife and she had a baby due on Saturday, and she also was wearing traditional garb, which she taught us was peli. Unfortunately, it was in the way of taking her blood pressure, so we took her into a private room so she could take it off and get an accurate reading. This was a very personal and intimate moment, and I was honored to share it with her. She also disclosed some personal familial issues that brought me to tears. After that, she put her peli back on and looked at me and said, "Matiosh alta waxkel." The translator let out a little gasp and explained to me that it meant "thank you, my daughter." It was very honorable to be called someone's daughter in Quechua, and on top of that, she told me only people speak in Quechua when they are comfortable. It was an amazing experience and something I will always remember. In the background of this video, you'll see all of our members of our clinic. We took pictures of everyone to show the pure joy that we created and all the memories that we're going to have. We became a family by the end of the trip. It was a memory we will always remember and people we will remember for the rest of our lives.
Blooper reel!